Alright, so just like you probably guessed from the thumbnail of this video, there might be something big coming soon. Keyword, might. Nothing's confirmed yet because, well, as far as I know, the test servers are either just about to open, or maybe just opened recently. And usually for those who are lucky enough to get into these test servers for upcoming updates, there's a pretty strict rule. They're not allowed to show anything from it publicly. If they do, they risk getting banned from the test server entirely and losing access forever. Because of that, we don't really have any official announcements or sneak peeks about the next update. But from what I've seen floating around online, a lot of players are starting to believe that the next update will be some kind of ancient Egyptian theme. You know, pyramids, pharaohs, that kind of thing. But here's the thing. I'm not really buying it. At least not yet. Why? Well, first off, it looks like most of that came from fan-made content, not the devs. Second, those videos you might have seen with pyramids and dead rails? Yeah, they're actually taken from a fan game called Morph's Dead Rails. Not the official game. So, while it's possible, and again, who knows what the devs are cooking up, I personally wouldn't get my hopes up too high for the Pharaoh Pyramid idea. At least not yet. Instead, today I want to talk about a fan concept that I do think is super promising. Like, legit, this might be one of the best community-made ideas we've seen in a while. I'm talking about the Grave Rush update concept. And guys, this thing is fire. It already has over 500 stars in the official Dead Rails Discord, which is a big deal. For context, once a suggestion hits 500 plus stars, there's a much higher chance the devs will actually see it, and maybe even implement it. So yeah, I really wanted to showcase this amazing concept to you guys because honestly, it deserves the attention. And hey, if you come across the original creator of this idea, don't forget to drop a star on their post to show some love. Huge thanks to them for putting together such a creative update concept. Before we dive in though, real quick, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and most importantly, try to watch this video all the way to the end. Your support seriously helps a ton. Not just with motivation, but also with how YouTube promotes the video. More engagement means there's a bigger chance the devs might actually see this, and maybe, just maybe, turn this concept into an official update. Alright, let's get into it. Let's start with the new class, the Gravedigger. So this class would cost around 100 bonds, and I know that might sound a little pricey at first. But once you hear what this class can do, you'll understand why. The Gravedigger is kind of like a solemn warrior, someone who respects the dead, but also uses that to his advantage. He starts the game with a shovel, which isn't just for digging. It deals plus 100% damage, which basically means it's an absolute beast of a weapon. It can one-shot most zombies and even take down a werewolf in just 2 to 3 hits. Now don't get me wrong, you won't be able to take on Nikola Tesla with this alone. It would take something like 15 hits to kill him, and let's be real, by the time you swing your second hit, he's already zapped you or thrown you halfway across the map. So yeah, the class is strong, but not OP. It feels balanced. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. When the Gravedigger kills a zombie, he can dig a grave and bury the body to heal himself. Digging takes about 2 seconds and slows you down by 50%, so you gotta be careful when you're doing it. Then covering up the grave takes another 3 seconds, also with the slow effect. But if you manage to complete the burial, you get healed over time, which is clutch if you're low on health. And there's more. There's a 30% chance that a friendly ghost will spawn when you finish burying the body. Speaking of ghosts, let's talk about the new ghost mechanic because it's actually super cool. So these ghost companions float around you within a 30-unit radius. If they wander too far, they just float back to you. They'll automatically attack nearby enemies, and they've got about half the health of a vampire. They even look like the human version of whatever zombie they came from. So if you bury an outlaw or a special variant, the ghost shows up as that enemy, but glowing and ghostly. Here's the kicker. If a ghost dies, it can possess the enemy that killed it, or it can even possess a dead body. Though in that case, it only comes back with 25% of its normal health. Possessed enemies have glowing whitish blue eyes, and they only get half of their regular HP. If they die again, the ghost disappears for good. Quick side note, you have to place a body in the grave to get all this. No body, just digging a hole. Now let's move on to the new structure in this concept, the graveyard. You'd be able to find it somewhere between 50,000 to 70,000 kilometers. So later in the game, like mid to end run. The graveyard is this cursed high-risk zone, packed with both danger and some of the best loot in the game. You'll run into enemies like skeletons, zombies, ghosts, and even vampires. It's a chaotic mix of all the undead. And yes, you can dig up graves using a shovel. The Gravedigger class does this faster, so it gives the class a second reason to exist beyond just hitting stuff. Inside these graves, you might find rare items like golden skeletons, gold bars, crucifixes, and maybe some other unique loot, but it's not all sunshine and treasure. Some graves trigger something called a dead man's bell, which summons a whole zombie horde that bursts up from beneath you. Yeah, good luck with that one. Also, there's a new trap-type zombie called the Undug Zombie. You'll find these buried in the graveyard. If you step in the wrong spot, hands will grab your feet from underground. You'll need to spam jump 5 times to break free. If you fail, you take regular zombie damage every 3 seconds until you escape. Now, before we wrap up, I wanted to throw in some bonus mini-concepts that fans have created. Just to show how creative this community is, here's one. The Navy Soldier class. It would cost 80 bonds, and you'd start with 1x Navy revolver, which is typical, also 3x revolver ammo, and instead of shovel, you will get 1x cavalry sword, and most importantly, 2 times bandages buffs would include fastest recharge for firearms, reduced cooldown on melee attacks. Debuffs would be enemy bullets never miss you, outlaws and sheriff zombies can detect you from farther away, and as a nice touch, you'd be wearing the outfit of the soldier zombie already in the game. And finally, probably the most popular upgrade concept out there right now, with over 750 stars in Discord, is the Bounty Hunter class upgrade. You'd start as a cowboy, then complete a mission, and pay 75 bonds to unlock the upgrade. This upgraded class gives you double bounty rewards, dual revolvers with 2 times fire speed, passive ability, Deadeyes. Each shot has a 50% chance to deal double damage, but when the Deadeyes bar is empty, you lose 60% of your damage output and your accuracy tanks. You can refill the Deadeyes bar by drinking snake oil. There's even a new item, the holster, which lets you dual-wield revolvers with shared ammo. You'd find it in bandit camps or get it automatically with the Bounty Hunter class. So yeah, that's the concept. And honestly, I'd love to see even half of this added to the actual game. What do you guys think? Which part was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who plays Dead Rails. Catch you in the next one.